Alright, Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakodash, Shanyakabad, La, Shalayakyam Nawa, Wa, Zakwanyam Nawa, Shalom, Barakatam, La, Bakayaryam, Shal Yashrala, which is to say all praises to the Most High, in the name of His Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, and I mean the Most High, whose true name is Yahweh, which this world ignorantly calls God Jehovah, and the true name of His Son is Yahushua, which this world ignorantly calls Jesus. You know what I mean? Double honors to our apostles and elders, and peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are the true biblical Israelites, going in back to the scriptures. You know what I mean? This is the brother Nahal from the James Jamaica camp, and just gonna do a quick a quick lesson on with the topic. It's not just because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai says so, but also understanding why. And the subtopic is the dietary laws, So basically, it's gonna be based off not only because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai says we're to stay away from unclean foods, but you have to also understand why he says so, you know what I mean? So basically, we'll get into it, hopefully through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, this lesson edifying you. Okay. Right, and just want to put it out there, the words of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, are supposed to be enough, you know what I mean? Enough to let us basically take heed, we're to obey his voice, you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say that it doesn't matter what Yahweh Hashem says, it does, you know what I mean? But basically, we'll get into it, you know what I mean? So right here it says, what shall we eat? Clean food, then it gives you a list, then unclean, and it gives you a list, you know what I mean? So let's start off with the scripture right here. Alright, so we're gonna start off with Proverbs 4 and 5, Alright, so this is Proverbs chapter 4 verse 5, and so I'm gonna read it to 7. Alright, it says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee, love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thine getting, get understanding. Right, it says, and with all thy getting, get understanding, and we're just gonna bring out these words, because as the apostle Gabar says, we are wordsmiths, you know what I mean? So we get into words, you know what I mean? Don't know the meaning of a word, we get into it, In this case, so let's get into it for edification's sake. So wisdom, it says, the ability to discern inner qualities and relationships, good sense, generally accepted beliefs, accumulated philosophical or scientific learning, a wise attitude, belief, or course of action, the teachings of the ancient wise men, right? So 1a says, the ability to discern inner qualities and the relationship, know what I mean? And that's when it comes to the dietary laws, wisdom, where wisdom plays its part, it's when you're able to discern the clean from the unclean, because the Most High basically gives you a way how to judge between clean and unclean animals, you know what I mean? And we'll get into it into Leviticus, but first let's get the meaning of understanding. It's okay. Understanding. Alright, so this is the word understanding. It says a mental grasp, the power of comprehending, right? You know what I mean? The power of comprehending. And just gonna read out the rest of it, just finishing its sake. It says the power of making experience intelligibly by applying concepts and categories, a mutual agreement not formally entered into, but in some degree binding on each side, friendly or harmonious relationship, And hey, you can use this also, you know what I mean? A friendly or harmonious relationship, That's understanding, If you have understanding, hey, that's gonna keep I'm gonna allow you to keep a friendly and harmonious relationship with the Most High. You know what I mean? An agreement of opinion or feeling, adjustment of differences. So right here too, it says the power of comprehending, yo. You know what I mean? So the Most High gives us the dietary laws, yo. You know what I mean? It's wise. We use wisdom to discern the clean from the unclean, yo, and we use understanding to comprehend why, yo, you know, why are these animals unclean, or why are we not supposed to eat them? You know what I mean? So let's just read over Proverbs 4 and 7 one last time. It's like, yeah. It says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding, right? So be able to know, to find the reason of why the Most High says where to do certain things, yo. You know what I mean? Why are the laws there? You know what I mean? So, Leviticus 1 and 1. And Yahweh spake to Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, you know what I mean, speak unto the children, highlight, well, I'm not going to highlight it, it's like it says, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth, whithersoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Right, so right there the Most I show you how for discern if this animal is a clean animal, you know what I mean, if this animal can be eaten, you know what I mean. And how you gonna know? It says, yo, whatsoever, in verse 3, whatsoever parted the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud, slack here the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat, yo. And just take for example your goat, yo, you know what I mean. We all know that a goat, slack here, a goat chews its cud, yo, you know what I mean. Never check the hooves, yo. Just putting slacking. Let's get goat hooves. Right there, it's parted. See there? So get this one. Check it out. It's parted, yo. You know what I mean? Just as the scripture says, yo. So therefore, this animal is a clean animal. You know what I mean? Unlike the swine, unlike pig, although the pig has something there, parted hooves, but it doesn't chew it cuds it doesn't chew the cud, yo. You know what I mean? Alright, so and we'll get into that. We'll get into it shortly. Alright, so verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. Slakia. As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you, right? So if the hoof isn't divided, but them chew the cud, yo, it's unclean, yo. You know what I mean? And this is for animals that are upon the land, yo. You know what I mean? If chew the cud, but the hoof is not divided, yo, it is unclean, yo. You know what I mean? If the hoof is divided, but them don't chew the cud, it is unclean as well. If the hoof is divided and them chew the cud, that is a clean animal. You know what I mean? So the Most High, that's wisdom right there, yo. The Most High show you wisdom right there, how to discern between the clean and the unclean animals, yo. You know? So it's like, yeah, this will go on down. Alright, just to get the points, you know, verse 7. Alright, it says, because it's, if you really check it out, it's the animal, I don't want to say the animal kingdom, yo, or, well, yeah, we can say the animal kingdom, yo, is divided into 4 major parts, yo, categories. You have the animals on the land, right? You have the fowls of the air, basically. You have the fish, the animals in the sea, basically, and then you have insects. You know what I mean? And the Most High give us wisdom on how to discern which of these are clean and which of these are unclean within these 4 categories. You know, so basically we'll get into that, yo. We just bring out what's clean and unclean, yo. How to discern between clean and unclean on land, you know. And yeah, I think I have something on this camel thing, you know. It says, as a camel, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean. So it's unclean to eat a camel, yo. I mean, you still have uh, you still have people eating camels, you know. It's most popular over there in Saudi Arabia, you know what I mean? Over like in the Middle East, where camels are mostly common, you know. Uh, let's get this, because each and every animal, upon this earth has its role in the ecosystem. You know what I mean? Each and every animal, each and every insect has its role in the ecosystem. So for each one, we bring out basically I go bring out we basically go bring out its role in the ecosystem. You know what I mean? And then the understanding as to why you're not supposed to eat it. Well, also knowing the role of these animals in the ecosystem is also part of the understanding, You know what I mean? So for this first one, we have the camel, Basically, the role of a camel is for transportation, within within the Middle Eastern countries, The camel is basically built up to endure the heat and endure long distance traveling. I mean, so hey, the sole purpose of a camel is for journeys, for traveling. You know what I mean? So if I read into this article, it says, cook camel meat well if you must eat. Right, it says the Ministry of Health (MOH) has issued an advisory saying that eating camel meat and liver is safe as long as these animal products are cooked well. It says the ministry said that it is also safe to drink camel milk after boiling it at a high temperature, quoting experts who met at an international medical meeting in Riyadh recently. The meeting was attended by experts from the World Health Organization and universities from Australia, Germany, and Britain. The Kuwait news agency had earlier reported that Acting Health Minister Adel Fakir had previously urged people to stay away from camel meat. Right, Slovakia. Right, so the World Health Organization, we all know who owns the World Health Organization, You know what I mean? So-called white men, You know what I mean? The elites, basically. You know what I mean? Esau, Edom, That's why, them are the basis of money, them eat anything, you know? And the elites know that, hey, the elites know what and what not to eat, you know? And that it's poisonous, it causes diseases, viruses, So therefore, them are push wicked, they are wicked, So them are push wickedness, So that's why you have the World Health Organization, saying that, hey, uh, uh, it held a meeting. It says the meeting was attended by experts from the World Health Organization and universities from Australia, Germany, and Britain. Well, yeah, in the meeting, you know, in the meeting, them advised that, hey, if you go eat camel meat, cook it well. If you go drink the milk, boil it at a high temperature, So hey, these are the devil, I mean, these people, the so-called white men, according to the scripture, Esau, Edom, they're the devil. So let's read down. It says the Kuwait news agency Kuna had earlier reported that Acting Health Minister Adel Fakih had previously urged people to stay away from camel meat and milk to prevent corona infection. Right, to prevent corona infection. Alright, the ministry said that it would come up with the periodic updates about the virus, as well as set up 3 centers in Jeddah, Riyadh, and Daman to combat the disease. Right, so it says to prevent corona infection. We're just gonna get into what that infection is and what it's about. Alright, so it says the coronavirus. A coronavirus is a kind of common virus that causes an infection in your nose, sinuses, or upper throat. Most coronaviruses are not dangerous. Some types of them are serious, though more than 475 people have died from Middle East respiratory syndrome, which first appeared in 2012 in Saudi Arabia and then in other countries in the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and Europe. In April 2014, the first American was hospitalized for MERS, which is the Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome, right? In India, and another case was reported in Florida, right? Both had just returned from Saudi Arabia. So they're eating camel meat over there in Saudi Arabia, yo, and they're contracting this coronavirus, yo, which affects your nose, it affects your sinuses and your upper throat, yo, and it's dangerous. It says more than 475 people have died from Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome, which is caused by the coronavirus, yo. You know what I mean? So, hey, that's it for camel, yo. That's how the Most High say, hey, as going back to Leviticus 11 and 14, as the camel, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. So let's go to verse 7. Because when I really check it out, it's like, yeah, throat a bit dry today. Because when I really check it out, all these unclean animals, it's like, if you really look into it, it's like all of these unclean animals, them have a protection against them, you know what I mean? In terms of if they are to be eaten, you know what I mean? Or in terms of why not to eat them. Because each and every one of them um affects us in some way, or each and every one of them um gives us some disease or some virus. So it's like some sort of protection as to why the Most High say don't eat them, you know what I mean? The Most High say Most High basically created them that way so that if you know that, hey, this animal is going to give you a disease, such and such disease, or if you know, say, um pork give you cancer, you know what I mean, diabetes, respiratory problems, you have to stay away from it, you know. If you get what me I say, so this is verse 7, Leviticus 11 and 7. It says, the swine, though he divide the hoof, and he be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Right. So the swine, hey, the swine is the swine is unclean, yo. You know what I mean? For all of the pork lovers out there, yo, you know what I mean? The Most High says that, hey, verse 8, of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcasses shall ye not touch, they are unclean to you. Right? It says, yeah, they are unclean to you, you know what I mean? So hey, you're supposed to eat swine's flesh. You're not even supposed to touch the carcass, yo, the dead carcass of a swine. You know what I mean? That's the law of the Most High, yo. You know? So let's get the understanding, right? So going back to, as we say, yo, each and every animal has their role in the ecosystem, yo, and this is the role of a swine. Basically, it says pigs have been farmed to dispose of municipal garbage on a large scale, yo. That's the role of a pig. But you have Esau, Edom now. You have Esau basically changing the whole role of a pig, yo. You know what I mean? And saying that, hey, pigs can be eaten. You have pig farming, where them raise pigs on farms and feed them quote unquote, you know what I mean, healthy food, so that in the long run they can be eaten, yo. You know what I mean? Which is not the way of life, yo. It's not the natural way, yo. Even though we know Esau doesn't do anything natural. Esau is very unnatural. You know what I mean? Everything him do backwards. So let's read this again. It says, pigs have been farmed to dispose of municipal garbage on a large scale, yo. That's the role of a pig, yo. Pigs eat anything, yo. You know what I mean? Anything that can be eaten, yo. You know what I mean? Any form of garbage, yo. You know what I mean? Whether it be carcass, human carcass, dead carcass of other animals, you know what I mean? Rotten vegetables, whatever it be, yo. The pig dispose of it. So that's the role of a swine, yo. You know what I mean? But hey, you have the so-called white man and raise them for eat, yo. That's our scriptures. So that's the whole understanding of why, you know, well, that's not the whole understanding, yo. Here's another piece, yo. It says, eating pork products which are loaded with artery clogging cholesterol and saturated fat is a good way to increase your waistline and increase your chances of developing deadly diseases. Right, so when I'm saying increase your waistline, don't think that hey, it's a good thing, yo. Increasing your waistline basically it means it's adding fat to your body, yo. So make it basically make you obese. It helps you to get obese, yo. You know what I mean? It says and increase your chances of developing deadly diseases such as a heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, osteoporosis, Alzheimer's, asthma, and impotence, yo. I mean, you can go and look up any one of these diseases at any time, yo. If you feel like you want to know more about them, but hey, that's that's the result. These are the end results of eating swine's flesh, yo. These are the end results of eating pork. You know what I mean? They will contract diseases, yo. You know. So and best believe, yo, this is a law of the Most High. You know, a law that each and every one that knows this law and is out there breaking it, yo. Which I think no man, I think there's any man that isn't aware of this law, yo. But for each and every one that's aware of this law, yo, and is still breaking it, hey, the least to repent, yo, and stop, the Most High will put it to death straight. And not only for eating swine flesh, yo, but for eating all of the other things that are abominable unto the Most High, yo. So let's continue on down, verse 9. It says, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. Right, so now we get into the water category, yo, for all of the things that can be eaten within the waters, yo. So the Most I say, yo, whatsoever has fins and scales within the waters, them, those, can be eaten, yo. Once it has fins and scales, it can be eaten. If it doesn't, it cannot be eaten, Let's just read it out first and get into it. Verse 10 it says, and all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. So right, once it doesn't have fins and scales, it's an abomination, it shall not be eaten. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Right, so if you look on it as abomination, yo. Shellfish, crab, you have people that eat shark, whale, all sort of madness, crocodiles, because scripture did say rivers too, didn't it? It says, yo, going back to verse 10, all that have fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, yo. They have people that eat crocodile fish these days. World gone mad, yo. Thanks to Esau Edom, yo, because Esau Edom has these things in high regard, yo, as a delicacy, yo. So you have our people, due to the whole Down syndrome and loving the master attitude. You have them a follow right after them, Verse 11 says, verse 12, whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you, yo. And hey, we're gonna bring out the main sea dish, yo, which isn't fish, yo. Let's hold on. Bring out fish, basically, just to show these people, yo, because people far gone, yo, So hey, let me remind you, yo, this is what the Most High is talking about, Let me figure that far. This is what the Most High is talking about, yo. Fins and scales. Fins and scales, yo. You know what I mean? Fins and scales. Once it has fins and scales, can be eaten, yo. This look like one of those river fish, yo. Fins and scales. Fins and scales. Scales and fins. Scales, fins. Fins, scales. Hey, that can be eaten, yo. You know, not this damn shrimp, this sea cockroach right here, yo. When you check it out, yo, them basically kind of look like cockroach if you look on it. If I take a good look on it, so still, but hey, when I understand the whole role of the shrimp, you know, that's why the scripture say you get when you get wisdom, get understanding, understanding the whole role of the shrimp within the ecosystem. I don't know what them call it under the sea, yo. The whole life under the sea. I think they have a specific name for it, yo. But when I understand the role of the shrimp, you're gonna know why the Most High says not to eat things that aren't without scales and fins, you know. So let's get into it. What's the article right here? Nice. Alright, so this is from this website. It's a vegan website, you know, where it have some useful information, you know. Alright, it says it's from PETA, you know. It says top 10 reasons not to eat shrimp, you know. Alright, so them have number one, poop cocktail, you know. During cleaning, shrimp shrimp's legs are torn off and they're decapitated and disemboweled. As their bowels are ripped out, poop spills out and often gets all over the shrimp, right? So hey, and we all, you know, I know the funny thing is, what people know that what they're eating is the poop of the shrimp, yo. You know what I mean? It's the dung of the shrimp, you know. And them know, yo, and them just continue same way, you know. It's not like them ignorant to it where them don't know what it is, yo. Well, for who don't know, yo, you know what I mean? Hey, when you pull up, I don't even like talk about you, but when you pull up the shrimp head, yo, and that brown looking thing you see on the inside, yo, that's the poop of the shrimp, yo. You know what I mean? It says extra skin. Shrimp are bottom dwellers who feed on parasites and skin that they pick off dead animals, right? So carcasses, yo. So what containing that the poop you are eat, yo? You have parasites and you have the carcasses of other dead fish, yo, that you are eat, yo. So let's read on. It says this means that every mouthful of scampi, referring to a specific type of shrimp, every mouthful of scampi you eat comes with digested parasites and dead skin, right? So, hey, that's the see though. And if you check it out, you know, that's the role of the shrimp, yo. Cleaning help to clean help they aid in the cleaning of the sea, yo. You know, the shrimps aid in the cleaning of the sea, yo, because when they eat the skin that they pick off dead animals, yo. You know what I mean? It a lessen the waste in the sea, yo. You know. So that's a part that's a one of one of the rule of the shrimp within the sea, yo. And then you have they meat parasites, dead skin, you know, that obviously that's gonna make you give you some virus or make you sick, you know. It's a toxic jambalaya. So most shrimps are eaten come from places that have no restriction on traces of illegal contaminants such as dioxin, PBCs, PCBs or PCBs and other banned chemicals or on uh, pumping them full of hormones and biotics, yo, you know. Alright, so basically me go end it there with that, you know. Let's get this other article now. Alright, so this is from the ral.com, you know. It says um okay. It says Louis Bergman contracts life-threatening bacteria infection from shrimp, right? I mean, it's dated November 5th, 2018. It's a while back, but hey, the time doesn't even matter right now, you know. It doesn't, you know, because you know, like say, oh, the shrimps in 2019 are any much safer, you know, or any much cleaner. So let's get into this article. It says a loose bergman is fighting for his life after contracting a bacterial infection from shrimp given to him by a friend 3 weeks after Hurricane Florence in North Carolina. Eddie Clinton didn't even eat the shrimp, his wife said Monday. All he did was transfer it into a small bag for freezing. He didn't even eat it, yo. Sure say the most I not play, yo. Most have a time where I'm not just not gonna put up with the bullshit anymore. So you can did it, think it all dandy, get a precept. Scripture says, because sentence against an evil work, if you can get it. Cause you can did it, think it all dandy, cause hey, you eat the shrimp on the most high. No jack you up right on spot, yo. You can stay there think, hey, it's all good, yo, but nope. The most I keep record, yo, and hey, best believe the most I now forget, yo. Alright, so this is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So because right after you eat the pork or the shrimp or whatever unclean food you out there or take part in, or eat, just because right after you eat it, the most high strike you with a lightning bolt or just make you drop dead, something dead. Not because the most high do it, that means say it's right to do it, or you get what, you know what I mean? Hey, the most high, best believe the most high don't forget, you know, and there's a time of judgment coming, so unless you repent, and stop eat fuck you, and stop eat these abominable food, hey, the most high eventually gonna put it to death, you know what I mean? It says Eddie Clint, verse paragraph 3. He took them out of the 10-pound bags and put them in smaller bags, and he put them in the freezer. That's it, his wife Patty Clinton said Monday. Within hours, Patty Clinton knew something was wrong as her husband was shaking and was slurring his words. 2 days later, Eddie Clinton was on life support and in induced coma at WakeMed in Raleigh. In the first 2 days, they said he had less than a 1% chance to live, Patrick Clinton said. Right. So that's the judgment of the Most High, you know what I mean? Scripture tells you that, hey, the Most High kill it, and the Most High make it alive, you know what I mean? Most High created light and darkness, good and evil. So that's the judgment of the Most High, you know what I mean? If you don't want to believe it, well, good for you. But best believe, the Most High gonna put many more to death. Alright, so let's get Leviticus 11 and 13. Now moving on down. It says, and these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. Right, so it refers to the birds now, They shall not be eaten, they are an abomination. The eagle, right, the ostrich and the osprey, the vulture and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, the owl and the night hawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gier eagle, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat. All the fowls that creep upon all four shall be an abomination, right? So the most I just give you wisdom here to discern you, and him give you a list of some of them, of all of the animals, the birds basically, the fowls of the air, you know what I mean, or the fowls on the earth, which are not to be eaten, you know what I mean. So let's get 14. It says, and the vulture, the kite after his kind. So we'll go look into the vulture, you know what I mean. So again, going back to what I said earlier, each and every animal has their role in this ecosystem, to get the role of the vulture, otherly known as the scavenger. So scavengers play an important role an important role in the food web. They keep an ecosystem free of bodies of dead animals or carrion. Scavengers break down this organic material and recycle it into the ecosystem as nutrients. Vultures only eat the bodies of dead animals, right? So if the bodies of the dead animals were to be say left in the open, what I mean, diseases would have came out of them, Diseases would have came out of the carcasses, So it's the role of the vulture to eat these carcasses, and then it says, um, it recycles it into the ecosystem as nutrients, So that's the role of a vulture. Get this other article. It says vultures are carnivores and eat carrion almost exclusively. They prefer flesh, but can consume carcasses that may have rotted so much that the meat can be toxic to other animals. Right. So basically, type in the search box, can a vulture be eating one of these spaghetti, and if you even scroll down, I never find one that's saying that it can be eaten, it can be eaten. Never find any, and it's just funny, what I mean, because hey, why don't people eat vultures, if they're willing to eat pig? Because a vulture and a pig basically up on the same level, if you check it, if you really think about it, you know they play the same role, in the ecosystem. So why don't people eat vulture, because of the whole stigma, what I mean. Well, I'm not gonna say the whole stigma, but Esau basically changed the role of one, what I mean, and he never changed the role of the other. He changed the role of the pig, so that he can be eaten, but him leave the role of the vulture, I mean, so the same way how people look upon vulture, the same way people supposed to see swine flesh. I mean, the same way people see pork, you know, just as how you wouldn't eat a vulture, what I mean. You're not supposed to eat a pig, or pork, what I mean. Okay, alright, so just like a move on now. Alright, verse 21, it says, verse 21, it says, yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap withal upon the earth. So right here it's referring to the insects, get into slack here. Alright, it says, even those of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetles after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you, and for these ye shall be unclean. Whatsoever touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until the evening. Slack, right? So it tells you what can be eaten, you know what I mean. It says the locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind, so these insects can be eaten, Then it goes on to say in verse 23, but all other flying creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you, And hey, I don't know what me I go for right now, because Christians love to say that, hey, you know what I mean. Let me get that first. Get this. This is extend. Christians love to use this precept, to justify them eating shrimp or pork. You know what I mean? And then them love to go on to say, hey, as the scripture says, as long as, well, them never say scripture say, but them are basically play it off as As long as the stomach can handle it, you can eat anything. Bunch of bugger, yo. I mean, hey, and Christians don't know the scripture. You know what I mean? Christians don't know the scripture. So this is Acts 10 and 9. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up unto the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry, and would have eaten, but while he made ready, he fell into a trance, and saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners, and let down on the earth, wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God had cleansed, that call not thou common. You know. Stuck here, hold on. Right. So basically it's like that might go find verse 15, you know. So hey, Christians love to use the scripture to justify them eating unclean food, yo, unclean animals, yo. You know what I mean? That the Most High told Peter to eat, yo, and what he has cleansed, yo, Peter's not supposed to call common or unclean, yo. You know what I mean? But hey, as business Christians don't know the scripture, yo, because it's not referring to clean or unclean meats right there, yo. You know what I mean? They refer to a whole different thing. You know what I mean? It's referring to basically the Gentile, the Israelite Gentiles, you know. But that's a whole another lesson, yo. Where Christians love to use this scripture to justify them eating unclean animals, yo. But hey, I have a question, yo. Scripture just says in Leviticus 11 and 23, but all other flying creeping things, apart from which it listed up here in 22, says, But all other flying creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you, yo. Right. So, all other flying things, yo. Just get this one. Ooh. So, this is an insect. Alright, so, shoot. Hey, so, I'll get the word sticking on. Nice. So, tell me now, you know what I mean? Why don't you Christians eat this? You know? If as long as the stomach can handle it, yo, why don't you guys eat this, yo? You know what I mean? You know? If you're not willing to eat pork and shrimp, hey, if you're willing to eat shrimp, yo, hey, look on the resemblance, you know? This is a shrimp right here. A land shrimp, that is, you know? So willing to eat all abominable things, yo. I mean, why don't indulge in eating this, yo? You know why? Not even only Christians, yo, for everyone else too, yo, who break the laws of the Most High, yo. Why don't eat this? I mean, but so when it comes on to these things, you know, willing to pick and choose, yo. I mean, I don't realize, you know, you people have to pick and choose the laws of the Most High, which we don't want to follow, yo. You know what I mean? Alright, the Most High said this, we choose this one. The Most High said that, I'm not going on there, yeah? The Most High said, don't have sex with a man, woman. Yo, I'm not follow on there, you see me? Not follow on there. The Most High say you can have more than one woman. Alright, me follow the one. So they want to pick and choose it, yo, but it's not like that. It's like that. Sure. No. Well, I mean, And the one listening to me, I'll let you. Alright, it's lucky about that. You know? So that them people love to pick and choose, yo, cherry pick the laws of the most high, yo, you know? Love to cherry pick it, yo. But it doesn't work like that, yo. You know what I mean? So, oh, hey, we want to bring out some understanding about on this cockroach, yo. Hold on. Yeah. So go search for it as face value. Search it up as is, you know. Yeah. Alright, so let's get some knowledge of Esau. It says cockroach. Yes, you can eat cockroaches. Contrary to popular belief, cockroaches can actually be very clean and tasty insects, especially if they are fed on fresh fruits and vegetables. They can be eaten toasted, fried, sauteed, or boiled. Madagascar hissing cockroaches have a taste and texture like greasy chicken. Ugh. You know what I mean? Hey, here you go, yo. Esau willing to eat it, yo. Esau willing to eat it. So let's look up the role of cockroaches in the ecosystem, yo. It says cockroaches are an important source of food for a number of organisms such as arthropods, birds, and mammals. Alright, insects play the roles of food, yo. But check it out. You have the blue jay. The blue jay eat bees. You know what I mean? Even though the bees produce such a wonderful um 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 food, for lack of a better word. It says so you have insects. So insects the role of insects, yo, is to be food, to provide food for an animals, yo, you know. It says cockroaches are an important source of food for a number of organisms such as arthropods, birds, and mammals. As such, they are an important part of the food chain. Most species of cockroaches are detritus feeders with the help of endogenous celluloses play an important role in degrading plant material, right? I say you can always check this out, you know. You can always look it up. Mm. Oh, it's lucky. It says cockroach bad for your health because cockroaches eat a wide range of food, including rotten garbage. It is believed they spread a number of diseases to humans, including sal salmonella and gastroenteritis. Recent studies have indicated cockroaches can also cause allergies. Right, you know. So them say it's like these unclean animals have a self-defense mechanism, yo, against humans, against yeah, humans basically. You know what I mean? So let's look check the what's this disease, yo? Salmonella. It says salmonella is the name of a group of bacteria in the United States. It is a common cause of foodborne illness. Salmonella occurs in raw poultry, eggs, beef, and sometimes in unwashed fruits and vegetables. You can get infected after handling pets, especially reptiles like snakes and turtles and lizards, right? And people that eat crocodile, yo. Crocodile is a reptile. You know what I mean? People that eat turtle, yo. Let's see if we can get alright symptoms. Yeah, the symptoms we want. So symptoms include fever, diarrhea, abdominal cramps, headache, possible nausea, vomiting, and loss of appetite, yo. You know? So there you have it. All unclean animals has some sort of virus or disease you can contract if you eat it, yo. You know what I mean? And you can do your research into all of them. You know what I mean? You can guarantee you're gonna find some disease or some virus that it gives off. I mean, so let's just get a few precepts and then close it out. You know, wasn't hoping it would be this long, but you know, I mean, it's spirit. Hopefully, through the spirit and power of your washing your shy, till fine. You know. Alright, so it's okay. Alright, so this is Psalms 119. Alright, so this is Psalms 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. So through thy precepts, yo, through the scriptures of the Most High, you know what I mean? We get understanding through these words, you know? Because understanding, the scripture say, yo, get wisdom, yo. With all thy getting, get understanding, yo. So it's good to get understanding. And how we get understanding? Through the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you know? From Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know what I mean? Yahushai is the embodiment of this book, yo. This book is the embodiment of Yahushai, yo. I mean, Yahushai says, yo, he came in the volume of the book. You know what I mean? So therefore, us getting understanding from this word is us getting understanding from Yahushai, which is us getting understanding from Yahweh. You know what I mean? Alright, verse. This is Proverbs 1 and 5. It says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and the man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel, yo. So once you have understanding, yo, you have attain unto wise counsel, you know what I mean? What is wise counsel? The laws of the Most High. That's a wise counsel, the wisest of all, yo. I mean, no? So if you want to get understanding, you have to attain unto the laws of the Most High. You know what I mean? Alright, so get two more. So this is Deuteronomy 4, start at 5. Alright, so this is start here. It's called Deuteronomy. Alright, so this is start here. Deuteronomy 4 verse 5, it says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Right. So the Most High taught us his statutes and his judgments, yo. Keep therefore and do them. And what's a part of the statutes and judgment? The Leviticus, the dietary laws are found in Leviticus 11. It says, verse 6, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people, right? So that's the thing, yo, the laws separate us from all the other people of this earth, yo, you know what I mean? Us sticking by the laws and statutes, the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yeshua, yo, it's gonna make us a wise and understanding people, you know what I mean? And you have the other nations looking on to us and say, hey, this, yo, them wise, understanding, you know what I mean? And be able to discern from clean and the unclean animals, you know what I mean? And then them can tell you the reasons why you're not supposed to eat it. That's the whole understanding of it. You know what I mean? Hey, it's just make us separate from these other nations, you know what I mean? Keep us in good health, good shape, you know what I mean? So hey, it's basically the law of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High, yo. So let's get this last one. So we can close out with it. Get this last one and close out with it. It says, be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee, yo. Right. So you have the you know, you have the bridle and the horse mouth, or the donkey mouth, yo. You know what I mean? And by using that, you show emotion which direction to go, yo. You know what I mean? It says we're not to be like that, yo. You know, supposed to have understanding. You know what I mean? If you be like dumb animals, yo. You know what I mean? Supposed to have understanding. So let's get this. although I say that will be the last one, but we'll close out with Proverbs 4 and 7. You know, it says 4 and 5, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee, love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, with all thy getting, get understanding, right? So you get wisdom, you know what I mean? And then with all thy getting, get understanding, you know? Understand why the Most High says we're not to eat unclean animals, you know? Hey, so with that, I'm gonna close out giving our praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to all of the Akims in the four corners of this earth, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity to the believers, you know what I mean? The helps, the sincere Aquas out there, listening and learning. Shalom.